Hello. We're back. So for the next part of the Wicked book, we are now on book 1, chapter 7, and Malena and Turtleheart are still together. Turtleheart just loves Elphaba, which I think is such a sweet part of the book. Nanny decides that Elphaba needs to be socialized, so she takes her into Rush Margins, and they come across, I guess, their closest neighbor named Gawn, G-A-W-N. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. And she was watching some children, so Elphaba starts kind of playing with the children and ends up throwing rocks at them. And then chapter 8, which is the end of book 1. So at this point, time has passed. Elphaba still goes and plays with the kids pretty often. And Frex comes back, and now we're in the fall. He says that everything's been going better with his sermons, and Nanny suggests he go to the Emerald City and minister to Ozma Regent, which, remember, is, I guess that's what Regent means, that she's going to run Oz eventually when she gets of age, and she's the same age as Elphaba. And they ask Turtleheart why he left his home, Quadling Country, and he explained because of horrors, which becomes Elphaba's first word, and she just repeats it over and over again while they're talking. Sorry. Okay, he says in Quadling Country, they were constructing Yellow Brick Road, and that was messing up like their life there. And they also think that now more outsiders are going to come and get rubies out of their mine, and they would kill all the Quadlings to take the land and just take everything over. And he says, as the water to run red with rubies, it will to run with the blood of Quadlings. So Turtleheart decides it's time for him to move on from Malena, and Frex thinks, hey, maybe I can be helpful in Quadling Country as well. Malena doesn't want to do any of that because she is pregnant. Surprise. Nanny says that she got some special medicine for Malena to prevent her next baby from being green. And when they say, hey, it's time to put Elphaba to bed, they can't find her. They eventually do find her, and she's under the dock on the lake, but in a dry spot because she's afraid of water. And she's staring into the looking glass and just saying horrors all over and over again. And she's sitting on, in the lap of this creature, and they called it a tiger-like creature. And Turtleheart says that Elphaba can see it too, that there's a man coming to Oz in a hot air balloon, which means it's going to be the end of Ozma's family rule. Okay, book 2, chapter 1. Now we're in the future, and we're meeting Galinda, which is her birth name, and she's going to Shiz University, and she doesn't have her escort with her because she hurt something. I can't remember. It'll come up in a minute, I'm sure, an ankle or an arm or something. So she's going without her, but her escort will join her later. Her name is Amma Clutch. So on the train, she has to share the compartment with a goat, which is Dr. Dillamond. He's a professor there, a professor of biology. And Glinda is, this says marginally polite. I didn't think she was very polite, personally. And Dr. Dillamond kind of goes off about the new restrictions that the wizard has put on animal travel, and that is animal with a capital A, because they're the animals that have, can speak and think and things like that. There's a term for it, but I can't think of it right now. So Glinda arrives there at the college. Her Amma isn't there, so she's trying to negotiate a roommate, and she kind of gets left at the end. Everyone else is already paired up. So Madame Morrible wants to assign Glinda to a common dorm But Glinda says Amma Clutch can't chaperone a large dorm, and she makes up a bunch of weird stuff about her, like mental issues. She's lying about it so that she doesn't end up in a big dorm like that. So Madame Morrible says, hey, guess what? I have a roommate for you. It's Elphaba. She doesn't have an Amma. So Elphaba, who is the Throp third descending of Nest Hardings, I would never remember that, formerly in Munchkin Land and Quadling Country. So that tells us they did move to Quadling Country on the last book.